Sessions resume. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed with additional reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills and resolution on first reading, as well as communication and committee reports. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of bills, resolutions, and other correspondence for referral to appropriate committees.
Additional reference of business, bills on first reading. House Bill Number 7728, Institutionalizing Bamboo Industry Development in the Philippines. Representative Vargas.
To the Committee on Agriculture and Food.
House Bill 7729, declaring the last full week of August of every year as the National Frontliners Week in the entire country. Representative Vargas.
To the Defeat COVID-19 Ad hoc Committee.
House Bill 7730, further amending the National Health Insurance Act of 1995. Representative Reyes.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill Number 7731, creating 2 additional branches of the MTC in Kawit, Cavite. Representative Abaya.
To the Committee on Justice.
Resolutions. House Resolution 1239 to 1241, strongly urging the House to increase the funds to be appropriated to the DICT, TESDA, and PCA for fiscal year 2021. Representative Matugas.
To the Committee on Appropriations.
House Resolution 1243, directing the Committee on Labor and Employment and other relevant committees to inquire on the implementation of and in compliance with the directives made by RA 10361. Representative Aglipay.
To the Committee on Rules.
House Resolution 1244, urging the IATF EID to create stricter guidelines on the disposal of face masks, face shields, and other waste materials utilized to treat, detect, and prevent the spread of COVID-19. Representative Aglipay.
The Committee on Health.
Message from the Senate. Message dated September 16, 2020, informing the House that on September 15, 2020, the Senate designated Senators Villanueva, Binay, Angara, Gatchalian, and Ontiveros as conferencees to the Bicameral Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill 1520 and House Bill 6758.
To the Committee on Rules.
Communications, letter dated 16 September 2020, BSP Deputy Director Janice Aison Zales, transmitting to the House duly certified electronic copies of certain BSP issuances.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
Committee reports. Reports number 518 of the Committee on Higher and Technical Education and Appropriations on House Bill number 7726. Report number 519 of the Committee on Agriculture and Food on House Resolution 1242. And report numbers 520 and 521 of the Committees on Aquaculture, Fisheries, Resources, and Appropriations on House Bills numbers 7732 and 7733.
To the Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Edgar Erice for a short manifestation.
Representative Edgar Rice from Caloocan City is recognized for a short manifestation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, beloved colleagues. It is a fact that under the leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano, the approval ratings of the House have increased to a level that all members of this House, whether in the minority or in the majority, can be proud of. It is also a fact that the good Speaker had masterfully steered this House to be a responsive and proactive institution in these challenging times of the pandemic. I can sincerely say that of all agencies of government, the House had exceptionally done well. Of course, this is through our concerted efforts, but under the very able leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. Though we are not directly involved in the negotiations and agreement of the Speaker and Congressman Lord Alan Velasco in the speakership issue in the opening of Congress, we are all aware of it. However, in the interest of this House and the interest of the Filipino people who are in dire need of our prompt actions in confronting the pandemic, I think this agreement should make way for the tested leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. The Honorable Representative Lord Alan Velasco, a brilliant gentleman from Marinduque, have been a good and thoughtful brother to me and to all of us. But I think at this very difficult point in time of our history, we don't just need a good brother as much as we need the wisdom of a father. The experience, the leadership skills, the network of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano is indispensable at this time, and we have to unite for him. We have to unite with him in these trying times. Congressman Velasco's aspirations can wait. He's young, brilliant, and only in his second term. In God's time, he will shine, but not for now. I believe that Congressman Velasco will be most willingly sacrifice himself for the good of Congress and our people. I am with the Liberal Party, and I'm very thankful to Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano for providing us the chance, whether we are in the majority or in the minority, to take part in crafting of laws that will benefit our people. We take pride in either contributing or fiscalizing in the administration's legislative agenda. We fear that any squabble amongst us will lead to the decrease of our efficiency and may lead to the constriction of the democratic space that we enjoy now under the leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano, as a statesman as he is. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, dear colleagues. Mabuhay ang Kongreso. Mabuhay ang bansang Pilipinas.
Thank you, Congressman Irize. Majority Leader.
I move that we take note of the manifestation of the Honorable Edgar Irize. I move that we take note of the speech of
Noted.
manifestation. Mr. Speaker, next we move to recognize Elpidio P.D. Barsaga of the Cavite Province for his manifestation also.
Congressman P.D. Bargasa from Dasmariñas City of Province of Cavite is recognized for his manifestation.
Sa ating tagapangulo, sa mga kasamahan ko sa Kongreso ng Republika ng Pilipinas at sa ating mga mamamayan. Nang magsisimula na ang ika-18 Kongreso, the 18th Congress, ang aming samahan, ang National Unity Party, ay ang kauna-unahang partido na nag-endorso at nagsabi na aming sinusuportahan ang kandidatura ni Alan Peter Cayetano bilang ating speaker. At hindi naman kami nagkamali sapagkat katulad ng ibang partido, inendorso rin nila si Alan Peter Cayetano kaya siya ay nahalal bilang ating speaker. Sa loob ng 15 buwan, siya ay ating sinamahan. Binalangkas ang mga batas na kinakailangan ng ating bansa, pati na ang pagpapasa ng mga batas na kinakailangan ng ating executive department. At higit sa lahat, nakita natin at naramdaman ang pakikisama niya sa ating mga kasamahan dito sa Kongreso. Kaya sa nalalabing 21 buwan, katulad ng kami ay magsimula, muli na naman naming susuportahan ang liderato ni Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note of the manifestation of the Honorable P.D. Barsaga.
Noted.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended.
Tap muna daw natin yung mga tatlong tapos mag-o-omnibus tayo ng mga seconds, mga local bills.
Sessions resume. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we resume consideration of House Resolution Number 1198, Committee Report 476, and may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Resolution 1198 under Committee Report 476 for adoption.
House Resolution 1198, resolution commending the Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives for its outstanding achievement and leadership in upliftment and development of cooperatives in the countryside.
Those who are for, please say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Resolution 1198 is adopted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that consider House Resolution 1198 for adoption.
Sir, yung pangalawa. 1221.
1221.
Ay, sorry, Speaker. 1221, request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Resolution 1221 under Committee Report 512 for adoption.
House Resolution 1221, resolution expressing the full support of the House of Representatives of the Philippines for the tourism sector on the occasion of National Tourism Week and World Tourism Day, and its solidarity with the United Nations World Tourism Organization in prioritizing tourism in the design and implementation of economic recovery plans and programs.
Those who are for, please say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Resolution 1221 is adopted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we resume consideration of House Resolution Number 524, Committee Report 477, and may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure for adoption.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Resolution 524 under Committee Report 477 for adoption.
House Resolution 524, resolution directing the Committee on Cooperatives Development to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation to clarify the provisions and implementation on Joint Administrative Order 1-2019 and its implication on the issued Bureau of Internal Revenue Memorandum Circulars and Memoranda issued by the Cooperative Development Authority to cooperatives for its compliance with Republic Act No. 9520, the Cooperative Code 28 of 2008.
Those who are for, please say aye.
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 Those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. The findings and recommendations contained in the Committee Report 524 is now adopted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, for omnibus approval on second reading of local bills, I move that we consider House Bill number 7669 under Committee Report number 493, House Bill 7685 under Committee Report number 495, House Bill 7686 under Committee Report 496, House Bill 7687 under Committee Report 497, House Bill 7688 under Committee Report number 498, House Bill 7689 under Committee Report 499, House Bill 7690 under Committee Report 500, House Bill 7692 under Committee Report 502, House Bill 7693 under Committee Report 503, House Bill 7694 under Committee Report 504, House Bill 7695 under Committee Report 505, House Bill 7696 under Committee Report 506, House Bill 7697 under Committee Report number 507, House Bill 7702 under Committee Report 510, and House Bill number 7704 under Committee Report number 511. I move that we consider the foregoing House bills, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none.
Mr. Speaker,
The following, the bills that had been read by the Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the parliamentary status of the following bills is that we are in the period of sponsorship and debate, and I move that the explanatory note of the foregoing bills be made as the sponsorship speech of the foregoing bills. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no members wish to interpolate on the said bills, I move that we close the period of sponsorship and debate on the foregoing bills.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion approved.
Mr.
Majority Leader.
Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
Any objection? Hearing none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual amendments nor committee amendments, I move that we close the period of amendments of the respective bills.
Any objection? Hearing none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we approve on second reading the foregoing House bills. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Those are in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 7669, 7685, 7686, 7687, 7688, 7689, 7690, 7692, 7693, 7694, 7695, 7696, 7697, 7702, 7704 is approved on second reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move the suspend.
Session suspended.
Ready siya para sunod siya kay Mike agad. Mike, okay? Yes.
Sessions resume. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Representative of the Party List on Nakalusugan, the Honorable Mike Defensor, for his manifestation.
The representative from Anakalusugan Party List, Honorable Mike Defensor, is recognized for a manifestation.
Thank you, distinguished Speaker. The representative from Batangas, of which my party list is located, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat po sa ating pong Majority Floor Leader. Mr. Speaker, gusto ko lang pong sabihin, ako po'y nahuli at nais ko magpaumanhin sa kadahilanan po na nagkaroon ng caucus ang majority. Nakasama po ang ating buting Speaker at maging po ang ating Majority Speaker Alan Cayetano at maging ang Majority Leader na si Martin Romualdez. Marami po ang naging pag-uusap ukol sa problema dito sa atin sa budget. At nais ko lang pong sabihin, Mr. Speaker, na alam ko hong hindi maganda o pakinggan na nagkakaroon po ng kaguluhan sa budget. Pero dapat po rin din natin kilalanin na ang bawat kinatawan, the representatives of our respective districts, are here because they're supposed to fight for their respective districts. Mr. Speaker, nung ako po'y kinatawan ng aming distrito, ako din po'y nakipaglaban para mga pangunahing programa katulad ng pangkalusugan, ang Quirino Memorial Medical Center na nasa aming distrito, ay mabigyan ng maayos na pondo. At naintindihan ko naman po na sa pagdaan ng COVID, nagkaroon po ng kaunting problema sa budget dahil nangailangan po ang ating gobyerno ng malaking pondo upang maitulong sa ating mga kababayan at maisaayos ang problemang pang-ekonomiya. But Mr. Speaker, the point of my manifestation here this afternoon, ang aking punto ay doon po sa liderato ng ating Kongreso. Nagsimula po tayo, Mr. Speaker, na iba't iba ang ating kandidato. Meron po tayong mga kasamahan na nangampanya para kay Majority Floor Leader Romualdez. Meron din po mga nangampanya para kay Congressman Lord Velasco. Ngunit pagdating po ng panahon, ang tatlong kandidato ay humingi ng pagdesisyon ng ating Pangulo para dito sa ating Kongreso. At yun nga po, sa desisyon ng ating Pangulo, ay natukoy at napili si Speaker Alan Cayetano. Mr. Speaker, tayo po sa majority ay sumuporta kay Speaker Alan Cayetano. At nakita na po natin sa pagdaan ng panahon ang patakbo ng ating liderato. Hindi lang po para sa ating individual na interes bilang kinatawan ng bawat distrito, pero sa kolektibong interes ng ating Kongreso. Mr. Speaker, sa pagdaan po ng panahon, we all know that in the history of Congress, it is only now that Congress has reached the ratings that we are getting today. The highest rating we are getting not only for Speaker Alan Cayetano, but for the entire Congress. Ngayon lang po nangyari na napakataas ng inabot na antas at popularidad ng Kongreso. At ito po ay mabibigay natin ang kredito sa panunungkulan at liderato at pamamalakad ni Speaker Alan Cayetano. Mr. Speaker, sa pagdaan po ng panahon, dumaan po tayo sa problema sa inyong pong lugar, sa Cavite, Batangas, nagkaroon ng taal. Dumaan po ang COVID, na nagkaroon po tayo ng maraming problema. Pero patuloy pa rin ang pagtatrabaho ng Kongreso, bagamat suspended po ang ating mga hearings. Bagamat hindi po dapat tayo nandito upang magkaroon ng talakayan sa mga batas na kailangan natin, pero ito po'y ginawa natin sa pangunguna ni Speaker Alan Cayetano. Naipasa ang Bayanihan, naipasa ang New Normal Act, naipasa po ang Arise, ang Stimulus Bill, at ngayon po, Mr. Speaker, marami pa tayong mga ginagawa upang maisaayos ang ating ekonomiya at maisaayos ang sitwasyon ng ating pangkalusugan. Kaya, Mr. Speaker, ako po ay nanindigan at naniniwala, kasama po ang aking mga kasapi sa party list at mga kaibigan sa iba't ibang distrito na dapat ipagpatuloy ang liderato ng ating kasalukuyang Speaker, Speaker Alan Cayetano. Sa gitna ng ating mga problema, sa gitna ng ating mga kinakaharap, sa gitna ng ating dapat gawin, kailangan po natin ng isang liderato na may direksyon at meron pong pagsasaayos hindi lamang sa Kongreso pero sa buong bansa. Mr. Speaker, we are lucky to have Speaker Alan Cayetano na ito pong taong to ay may relasyon sa ating mga kabinete. Ang kasama po natin, nagsilbi bilang kabinete na rin, at siya po ang nagiging tulay sa marami nating problema at kinakaharap dito sa atin sa Kongreso. At Mr. Speaker, ako po personal, noong Enero, nakausap ko si Speaker Alan at sabi sa kanya, Mr. Speaker, alam niyo naman po na ang aming advokasya ay pangkalusugan at kailangan po naming itaas ang sweldo ng mga nurses. Wala pong dalawang salita ang sabi ni Speaker Alan, Mike, huwag ka mag-alala, nag-uusap kami ng DBM at isasayos namin ang programang ito sa ilalim ng Salary Standardization Act. At ito naman po yung nangyari. Tumaas ang sweldo ng ating mga nurses. Sa pagdaan po ng COVID, sinabi ko rin po yung mga problema na kinakaharap ng sektor ng pangkalusugan at wala pong dalawang salita. Ito po ay tinugunan ni Speaker Alan Cayetano. Noong magka-problema po ng PhilHealth, idinulog ko po sa kanya na kailangan namin kaagad magkaroon ng hearing at ito naman po din ay agad-agad niyang pinayagan, tinulungan at kasalukuyan po. Patuloy pa rin ang aming pag-aaral tungkol dito at dito po mismo sa plenaryo, pinapayagan niya ang patuloy na pagdinig sa PhilHealth. Mr. Speaker, marami pa ho tayong haraping problemang pangkalusugan at pang-ekonomiya at kailangan po natin ng isang liderato na patuloy na mag-aangat sa antas at kalidad ng Kongreso na kung saan nandito po tayo ngayon. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I apologize to our President and I thank him for giving us the independence. I will continue to support the leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker, at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Salamat po, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note the manifestation of Honorable Mike Defensor.
Noted.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Deputy Speaker Henry Omenal for his manifestation.
Deputy Speaker Ferdinand Hernandez. Henry Omenal. Deputy Speaker Henry Waminal is recognized for his manifestation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, and to my distinguished colleagues in this 18th Congress. The members of the House of Representatives representing the legislative districts of Northern and Southern Mindanao, where this representation is one of the deputy speakers, strongly and unequivocally manifest our full support to the sustained leadership of the lower house by Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. While we fully respect the decision of President Rodrigo Duterte on the proposed leadership of the House, we humbly believe that our country's present condition calls for an exceptional response. We find it unwise to rock the boat of the country's legislative institution while our nation wallows in this global health pandemic, to which undivided attention and united efforts of the country's leaders are paramount. This presentation, together with my distinguished colleagues in this part of Mindanao, strongly believe that Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano has clearly championed the true mandate of the lower house with its historic high trust ratings, the Congress record-breaking swift approval of the budget, and the timely passage of bills benefiting our nation as a whole. Under the present leadership, with Speaker Alan Cayetano at the helm, the House has worked hard to fulfill the legislative agenda of the Duterte administration and pass measures to improve the welfare of the Filipino people. As such, in the interest of public service and the collective good of the Filipino people, we firmly manifest our strong support to the continued and competent leadership of the House by Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note the manifestation of...
Noted.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize Honorable Kuya Jonathan C. Alvarado.
Honorable Kuya Jonathan C. Alvarado is recognized for a manifestation.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. Magandang araw po sa ating mga kasama. Una po ang pasasalamat ng ikinatawang ito na isang miyembro ng National Unity Party sa ating minamahal na Pangulo Rodrigo Roa Duterte sa kanyang pronouncement na inilathala po ng dating kinatawan na si dating Congressman Harry Roque na ngayon po ay Press Secretary ng ating Pangulo na binibigyan ng independensya ang ating legislative branch ng government sa pamamagitan po ng pagsasabi na kailangan bago po mabigyan ng pagkakataon ang turnover sa House of the People ay magkaroon ng karampatang boto ang sino mang kandidato bilang Speaker. Minamahal na Speaker, ang kinatawan pong ito na nanggaling sa lalawigan ng Bulacan at isa sa mga membro ng National Unity Party ay nagagalak sapagkat nabigyan ng importansya ang boto ng bawat kinatawan ng alinmang distrito o alinmang partido sa bansang Pilipinas gamit po ang sariling pronouncement ng ating minamahal na Pangulo. Mahal na Speaker, sa pamumuno po ng ating pangkasalukuyang Speaker of the House, Alan Peter Cayetano, ay nabuksan natin ang bahay ng taong bayan mula sa pagiging bahay ng mga kinatatakutan at inaayawang tao ng ating mga mamamayan sa pagiging minamahal ng mga abang lingkod ng ating mga kababayan. Ang House of the People po ay nabuksan sa pamamagitan ng ating minamahal na Speaker Alan Cayetano upang tugisin ang mga kurakot sa ating lipunan. Maging boses ng mamamayan, lalong-lalo na sa mga natataasan sa mga singilin, kagaya po ng kuryente, mataas na tubig, at siguro nagbabadya na rin ang iba pang bayarin katulad ng mga renta at telekomunikasyon. Mr. Speaker, sa bahay pong ito ng taong bayan, binigyan ng importansya ni Speaker Alan Cayetano na magkaroon ng pagkakataon na linisin lalong-lalo na po yung mga ahensya ng gobyerno na nagkakasala sa taong bayan sa pamamagitan ng pagbubulsa ng pera at pagkakaroon ng korupsyon, mga mafia, mga sindikato, kagaya po, allegedly, ng PhilHealth. Mr. Speaker, ang bahay po ng taong bayan, kagaya po ng aking nasabi, ay binuksan rin ng ating Speaker of the House, Alan Peter Cayetano, sa pagbibigay ng mabilis ng serbisyo sa ating mga mamayan. Yung pong pagbibigay ng mabagal na SAP o yung mabagal na pamimigay na SAP sa ating mga kababayan ay tinutulan po ng inyong abang lingkod sa pamamagitan ng ating minamahal na Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. Gayon na lang po, ang mga bagay na nabigyan ng papahalaga ng ating minamahal na Speaker, kaya po buo ang suporta, hindi lamang po ng kinatawang ito mula sa lalawigan ng Bulacan, kung hindi po ng lahat ng kinatawan ng National Unity Party na pinangungunahan po ng aming Pangulo, P.D. Barsaga, at binubuo ng humigit kumulang sa 60 miyembro ng House of the People. Minamahal na Speaker, maraming salamat po sa binigay nyo na oras sa amin. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nakinig. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Majority Leader?
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note the manifestation
Noted.
of...
Majority Leader?
Mr. Speaker, I move that for national bill, I move that for the consideration on third and final reading, House Bill 7616. For this purpose, may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the measure and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 7616 for consideration on third reading. Thereafter, call the roll of members for nominal voting.
House Bill 7616, an act renewing for another 25 years the franchise granted to the University of the Philippines system under Republic Act 8160 to construct, establish, maintain, and operate for educational and other related purposes radio and television broadcasting stations within the University of the Philippines and in other areas within the scope of its operation.
Thank you, boss.
Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 7616. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Abu Exaldivar, Abunda, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agabas, Agaraw, Aglipay, Aguinaldo, Albano, Almario, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Senaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante Matba, Amatong, Angara, Aragones, Arbison, Arenas, Arroyo, Atienza, Umentado, Babasa, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Berzaga, Bascub, Bautista, Bautista Bandigan, Belmonte, Benitez, Bernos, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo, Brosas, Bulot, Bustos, Kabatbat, Kabutchan, Cabredo, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Kawagdan, Cari, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fredinil, Cayetano Alan Peter Compañero, Cayetano Mariela Arni, Celeste, Chato, Chipeco, Chungalao, Coangelica, Coelizaldi, Cuanco, Colyantes, Crisologo, Cuwa, Cuaresma, Cueva, Colyamat, Dagook, Dalipe, Dalog, Dasa, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor Lawrence, Defensor Michael, Del Mar, De Los Santos, De Los Montalya, Demaporo Abdullah, Demaporo Muhammad Khalid, Duavit, Duhali, Duterte, Di Faustino Ino, Di Faustino Michael III, Di Ian Paul, Ebcas, Ecleo, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Ergel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Fariñas Ria, Fariñas Rudy Caesar, Fernandez, Fernando, Fer Juliet, Fer Luis, Flores, Fortuno, Frasco, Fuentebella, Gaite, Garbin, Garcia, Jose Enrique, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Garin Janet, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Gato, Heron, Go Ed, Go Mark, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio Dong, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sando, Goroseta, Gico, Gullas, Guya, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halusos, Javier, Jimenez, Ko Elisa, Ko Wilton, Kong Hun, Labad, Lacson, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagon, Lara, Lasatin, Liachon, Legarda, Lim Kaichong, Lopez, Loyola, Losotan, Makapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Mangawang, Magunda Dato, Marcoleta, Mariano Hernandez, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matba, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Momo, Natividad Naganyo, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Juan Fidel, Nolasco, Nunez Malanyaon, Waminal, Olivares, Ong Jose, Ong Ronnie, Ortega, Uano Dizon, Pacquiao Alberto, Pacquiao Rogelio, Padjernos, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panotes, Peña, Chay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Puno, Kimbo, Radaza, Ramirez Sato, Remulla, Revilla, Reyes, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Rocco, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Sanchez, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmento, Saulug, Savillano, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Singson Mihan, Sinsuat, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Suntay, C. Alvarado, Taduran, Talyado, Tambunting, Tan Alisa, Tan Angelina, Tan Shamir, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves Arnulfo, Teves Jose, Tiangco, Tolentino, Torres Gomez, Tulfo, Tupas, Chutor, T. Alan, T. Diego, Umali Alfonso, Umali Maria Victoria, Unabia, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso, Vergara, Villa, Villafuerte, Villanueva Brother Eddie, Villanueva Noel, Villar, Villaraza Suarez, Villarica, Violago, Yap Eric, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Ronaldo, Zamora Waikurat, Zarate, Zubiri. Second call, in consideration of House Bill 7616. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Adjong, Advincula, Agarao, Alvarez Senaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amatong, Arbison, Aumentado, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Bernos, Biason, Biron, Brosas, Bulot, Calixto, Co Elizaldi, Coanco, Crisologo, Dalipe, De Venecia, Demaporo Abdullah, Duterte, Labad-Labad, Pancho, Panotes, Pichay, Ramirez Sato, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Santos Recto, Singson, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Tan Alisa, Tan Angelina, Tan Shamir, Tan Sherny, Tan Shari, Tejada, Teves Arnulfo, Teves Jose, T. Alan, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Veloso, Villafuerte, Villanueva Noel, Villar, Yap Eric, Yap Victor, Zamora Ronaldo.
With 211 affirmative votes, no negative vote, no abstention, House Bill 7616 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration and third and final reading House Bill number 7618. For this purpose, Mr. Speaker, may request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 7618, thereafter call the roll of members for nominal voting for consideration on third reading.
House Bill number 7618, an act granting Christian Music Power a franchise to construct, establish, operate, and maintain radio broadcasting stations in the Philippines. Roll call of House members in consideration of House Bill number 7618. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Abueg Saldivar, Abunda, Akop, Akusta, Akusta Alba, Adyong, Adbincula, Agabas, Agaraw, Aglipay, Aguinaldo, Albano, Almario, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Genaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante Matba, Amatong, Angara, Aragones, Arbizon, Arenas, Arroyo, Atienza, Aumentado, Babasa, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barsaga, Baskug, Bautista, Bautista Bandigan, Belmonte, Benitez, Bernus, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bolilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo, Brosas, Bulot, Bustos, Kabatbat, Kabutyan, Cabredo, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cawagdan, Cari, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predinil, Cayetano Allen Peter Compañero, Cayetano Maria Arni, Celeste, Chato, Chipeco, Chungalaw, Co Angelica, Co Elizaldi, Cuangco, Culyantes, Crisologo, Cuwa, Quaresma, Cueva, Culyamat, Daguok, Dalipe, Dalog, Dasa, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor Lawrence, Defensor Michael, Del Mar, De Los Santos, De Loso Montalia, Dimapuro Abdullah, Dimapuro Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Duhali, Duterte, Di Faustino Ino, Di Faustino Michael, Di Ian, Ebcas Ecleo, Elago, Enberga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Fariñas Ria, Fariñas Rudy Cesar, Fernandez, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Flores, Fortuno, Frasco, Fentebella, Gaite, Garbin, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Garin Janet, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchelian, Gato, Heron, Go Ed, Go Mark, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio Dong, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Goriseta, Gico, Gulyas, Guya, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosfos, Javier Jimenez, Ko Elisa, Ko Wilton, Kung Hun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagun, Lara, Lasatin, Leachon, Legarda, Lim Kaichong, Lopez, Loyola, Lusutan, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Mangawang, Mangudadatu, Marculeta, Mariano Hernandez, Mariño, Marquez, Martinez, Matba, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Momo, Natividad Naganyo, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Juan Fidel, Nolasco, Núñez Malanyaon, Waminal, Olivares, Ong Jose, Ong Ronnie, Ortega, Juan Udison, Pacquiao Alberto, Pacquiao Rogelio, Padiernos, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panotes, Peña, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Puno, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Remulla, Revilla, Reyes, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Sanchez, Sangkupan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento, Saulug, Sabelliano, Siao, Silverio, Singson, Singson Mihan, Sinsuat, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Suntay, C. Alvarado, Taduran, Talyado, Tambunting, Tan Alaysa, Tan Angelina, Tan Shamir, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tevez Arnolfo, Tevez Jose, Tiangco, Tolentino, Torres Gomez, Tulfo, Tupas, Tutor, T. Alan, T. Diego, Umali, Alfonso, Umali Maria Victoria, Unabia, Ungab, Oy Juliet, Oy Rolando, Valeriano, Balmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso, Vergara, Villa, Villafuerte, Villanueva Brother Eddie, Villanueva Noel, Villar, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Biulago, Yap Eric, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora, Ronaldo, Zamora Waikurat, Sarate, Subiri. Second call of member for consideration on third reading of House Bill number 7618. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Adyong, Adbincula, Agaraw, Alvarez Henaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amatong, Arbison, Umentado, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Bernos, Biason, Biron, Brosas, Bulot, Coel Saldi, Cuangco, Crisologo, Dalipe, De Venecia, Dimapuro Abdullah, Fernandez, Fernando, Ferrer Luis, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garin Sharon, Heron, Gico, Gulyas, Haresco, Halushos, Ko Wilton, Labad-Labad, Leachon, Malapitan, Mangawang, Mangudadato, Marculeta, Mariano Hernandez, Mariño, Martinez, Mendoza, Mercado, Nava, Nograles Juan Fidel, Núñez Malañaon, Waminal, Pancho, Panotes, Pichay, Ramirez Sato, Remulla, Romero, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Santos Recto, Singson, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Tan Alaysa, Tan Angelina, Tan Samier, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tevez Arnolfo, Tevez Jose, Tolentino, T. Alan, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Veloso, Villafuerte, Villar, Yap Victor, Zamora Ronaldo, Subiri.
With 215 affirmative votes, no negative vote, no abstention, House Bill 7618 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third and final reading House Bill number 7611. For this purpose, may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the nominal voting.
Any objection? The chair hears none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 7611. Thereafter, call the roll of members for nominal voting for consideration on third reading.
House Bill 7611, an act establishing a technical education and skills development authority, training and assessment center in the municipality of Bulacan, province of Bulacan, to be known as the Bulacan-Bulacan test the Training and Assessment Center and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call of members in consideration of House Bill 7611. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg Saldivar, Abunda, Acop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adjong, Advincula, Agabas, Agaraw, Aglipay, Aguinaldo, Albano, Almario, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Senaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante Matba, Amatong, Angara, Aragones, Arbison, Arenas, Arroyo, Atienza, Aumentado, Babasa, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas, Nograles, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barzaga, Baskug, Bautista Bandigan, Bautista, Belmonte, Benitez, Bernos, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo, Brosas, Bulot, Bustos, Kabatbat, Cabochan, Cabredo, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto, Caminero, Campos, Canama, Kawagdan, Cari, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Fredinil, Cayetano Alan Peter Compañero, Cayetano Mariela Arni, Celeste, Chato, Chipeco, Chungalao, Co Angelica, Co Elizaldi, Cuanco, Collantes, Crisologo, Cua, Cuaresma, Cueva, Colyamat, Dagoo, Dalipe, Dalog, Dasa, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor Lawrence, Defensor Michael, Del Mar, De Los Santos, De Loso Montalya, De Maporo Abdullah, De Maporo Muhammad Khalid, Duavit Dohali, Duterte, D. Faustino Ino, D. Faustino Michael III, D. Ian Paul, Ebcas, Ecleo, El Lago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Fariñas Ria, Fariñas Rudy, Caesar, Fernandez, Fernando, Frere Juliet, Frere Luis, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Frasco, Fuentebella, Gaite, Garbin, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Garin Janet, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Gato, Heron, Go Ed, Go Mark, Gonzaga, Gonzales, Aurelio Dong, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Goroseta, Gico, Gullas, Guya, Resco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halushos, Javier, Jimenez, Ko Elisa, Ko Wilton, Kong Hun, Labad-Labad, Lacson, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagon, Lara, Lasatin, Liachon, Ligarda, Lim, Lim Kaichong, Lopez, Loyola, Losotan, Makapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Mangawang, Magundadato, Marcoleta, Mariano Hernandez, Marino, Marquez, Martinez, Matba, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Momo, Natividad Naganyo, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Juan Fidel, Nolasco, Nunez Malanyaon, Waminal, Olivares, Ong Se, Ong Ronnie, Ortega, Uwano Dizon, Pacquiao Alberto, Pacquiao Rogelio, Padjernos, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panotes, Peña, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Puno, Kimbo, Radaza, Ramirez Sato, Rimulya, Revilla, Reyes, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Sanchez, Sancopan, Santos Recto, Sarmento, Saulug, Sevillano, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Singson Mihan, Sinsuat, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Suntay, si Alvarado, Taduran, Talyado, Tambunting, Tan Alisa, Tan Angelina, Tan Shamir, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves Arnulfo, Teves Jose, Tiangco, Tolentino, Torres Gomez, Tulfo, Tupas, Chutor, Alan, T. Diego, Umali Alfonso, Umali Maria Victoria, Unabia, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Valeriano, Valmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso, Vergara, Villa, Villafuerte, Villanueva Brother Eddie, Villanueva Noel, Villar, Villaras Suarez, Villarica, Violago, Yap Eric, Yap Victor, Yu, Zamora Ronaldo, Zamora Waikorat, Zarate, Zubiri. Second call for House Bill number 7611. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Adjong, Advincola, Agarao, Alvarez Senaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amatong, Arbison, Mentado, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Bernos, Biason, Biron, Rosas, Bulot, Co Elizaldi, Huangco, Crisologo, Dalipe, De Venecia, De Maporo Abdullah, Fernandez, Fernando, Fer Luis Garcia Pablajan, Garin Sharon, Heron, Gico, Gullas, Aresco, Halos Hos, Labad-Labad, Liachon, Malapitan, Mangawang, Magunda Dato, Marcoleta, Mariano Hernandez, Marino, Martinez, Mendoza, Mercado, Nava, Nograles, Juan Fidel, Nunez Malanyaon, Pancho, Panotes, Pichay, Ramirez Sato, Remulla, Romero, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Santos Recto, Singson, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Tan Alisa, Tan Angelina, Tan Shamir, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Teves Arnulfo, Teves Jose, Tolentino, T. Alan, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Veloso, Villar, Yap Victor, Zamora Ronaldo, and Zubiri.
With 215 affirmative votes, no negative vote, no abstention, House Bill 7611 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the consideration on third and final reading of the following House Bill 7646, 7648, 7649, 7650, 7651, 7652, 7653, 7654 for establishment of for declaration of holidays and creation of barangay. And thereafter, for this purpose, may I request the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill and thereafter to call the roll for nominal voting.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to call the roll of members for consideration of the following bills that had been mentioned by the Majority Leader for consideration on third reading.
House Bill number 7646, an act declaring February 21 of every year special non-working holiday in the province of Marinduque. House Bill number 7648, an act creating barangay to be known as Barangay Kasiklan, the municipality of Las Nieves, province of Agusan del Norte. House Bill number 7649, an act declaring November 7 of every year a special non-working holiday in the municipality of Cuenca, province of Batangas, to be known as Cuenca Foundation Day. House Bill number 7650, an act declaring September 20 of every year a special non-working holiday in the province of Ilocos Norte, to be known as Josepa Llanes Escoda Day. House Bill number 7651, an act declaring June 10 of every year a special non-working holiday in the province of Tarlac, to be known as Danding Kuwangko Day. House Bill number 7652, an act declaring August 11 of every year special non-working holiday in the province of Samar, to be known as Samar Day in commemoration of its foundation anniversary. House Bill number 7653, an act declaring March 19 of every year special non-working holiday in the province of Ilocos Sur, to be known as Gabriela Silang Day in commemoration of the birth anniversary of Gabriela Silang. And House Bill number 7654, an act declaring February 28 of every year special non-working holiday in the city of Tangub, province of Misamis Occidental, to be known as Tangub City Day. in commemoration of its foundation anniversary. Roll call of members in consideration of the said House bills. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Abu, Abueg Saldivar, Abunda, Akop, Acosta, Acosta Alba, Adyong, Adbincula, Agabas, Agaraw, Aglipay, Aguinaldo, Albano, Almario, Alonte, Alvarez Franz, Alvarez Genaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amante Matba, Amatong, Angara, Aragones, Arbison, Arenas, Arroyo, Atienza, Umentado, Babasa, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Barba, Barbers, Baronda, Barzaga, Baskug, Bautista, Bautista Bandigan, Belmonte, Benitez, Bernos, Biason, Billones, Biron, Bulilla, Bondok, Bordado, Bravo, Brosas, Bulot, Bustos, Kabatbat, Kabutyan, Cabredo, Cagas, Calderon, Calixto, Caminero, Campus, Canama, Cawagdan, Cari, Castelo, Castro Franz, Castro Predenil, Cayetano Alan Peter Compañero, Cayetano Maria Laarni, Celeste, Chato, Chipeco, Chungalao, Co Angelica, Co Elizalde, Cuanco, Culyantes, Crisólogo, Cuwa, Quaresma, Cueva, Culyamat, Daguok, Dalipe, Dalog, Daza, De Jesus, De Venecia, Defensor Lawrence, Defensor Michael, Del Mar, De Los Santos, Deloso Montalia, Dimapuro Abdullah, Dimapuro Muhammad Khalid, Duabit, Duhali, Duterte, Di Faustino Ino, Di Faustino Michael, Di Ian, Ebcas Ecleo, Elago, Enverga, Erice, Erigel, Ermita Buhain, Escudero, Espina, Espino, Estrella, Fariñas Ria, Fariñas Rudy Cesar, Fernandez, Fernando, Ferrer Juliet, Ferrer Luis, Flores, Fortun, Fortuno, Frasco, Fentebella, Gaite, Garbin, Garcia Jose Enrique, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garcia Vincent, Garin Janet, Garin Sharon, Gasataya, Gatchalian, Gato, Heron, Go Ed, Go Mark, Gonzaga, Gonzales Aurelio Dong, Gonzales Neptali, Gonzales Sandro, Goriseta, Gico, Gulyas, Guya, Haresco, Hataman, Hernandez, Herrera D, Hofer, Halosos, Javier Jimenez, Ku Elisa, Ku Wilton, Kung Hun, Labad-Labad, Lacson Noel, Lacson Noel, Lagman, Lagun, Lara, Lasatin, Leachon, Legarda, Lim Kaichong, Lopez, Loyola, Lusutan, Macapagal Arroyo, Maceda, Madrona, Malapitan, Mangawang, Mangudadato, Marcoleta, Mariano Hernandez, Marinyo, Marquez, Martinez, Matba, Matugas, Mendoza, Mercado, Momo, Natividad Naganyo, Nava, Nieto, Noel, Nograles Jericho, Nograles Juan Fidel, Nolasco, Nunez Malanyaon, Waminal, Olivares, Ong Jose, Ong Roni, Ortega, Juano Dizon, Pacquiao Alberto, Pacquiao Rogelio, Padiernos, Paduano, Palma, Pancho, Panotes, Peña, Pichay, Pimentel, Pineda, Plaza, Puno, Kimbo, Radasa, Ramirez Sato, Remulla, Revilla, Reyes, Rivera, Robes, Rodriguez, Roman, Romero, Romualdez Ferdinand, Romualdez Yeda Marie, Romualdo, Romulo, Roque, Sakdalan, Sagarbaria, Sakaluran, Salceda, Salimbangon, Salo, Sanchez, Sangkupan, Santos Recto, Sarmiento, Saulog, Sabelliano, Xiao, Silverio, Singson, Singson Mihan, Sinsuat, Swansing Estrelita, Swansing Horacio, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Suntay, C. Alvarado, Taduran, Talyado, Tambunting, Tan Alaysa, Tan Angelina, Tan Samir, Tan Sherry, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tebes Arnulfo, Tebes Jose, Chanco, Tolentino, Torres Gomez, Tulfo, Tupas, Tutor, T. Alan, T. Diego, Umali Alfonso, Umali Maria Victoria, Unabia, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Uy Rolando, Valeriano, Balmayor, Vargas, Vargas Alfonso, Velasco, Veloso, Vergara, Villa, Villafuerte, Villanueva Brother Eddie, Villanueva Noel, Villar, Villarasa Suarez, Villarica, Biolago, Yap Eric, Yap Victor, Yu, Samura Ronaldo, Samura Waikurat, Sarate, Subiri. Second call of members for consideration on third reading of House Bill of the aforesaid bills. Abante, Abaya, Abellanosa, Adjong, Advincula, Agaraw, Alvarez Genaro, Alvarez Pantaleon, Amatong, Arbison, Umentado, Bagatsing, Balindong, Banyas Nograles, Bernos, Biason, Biron, Bulot, Cu Elizalde, Cuangco, Crisologo, Dalipe, De Venecia, Dimapuro Abdullah, Fernandez, Fernando, Ferrer Luis, Garcia Pablo Jan, Garin Sharon, Heron, Gulyas, Haresco, Haloshos, Labad-Labad, Liachon, Malapitan, Mangawang, Mangudadatu, Marculeta, Mariano Hernandez, Mariño, Martinez, Mendoza, Mercado, Nava, Nograles Juan Fidel, Noñez Malañaon, Pancho, Panotes, Pichay, Ramirez Sato, Sakdalan, Santos Recto, Singson, Suarez Aleta, Suarez David, Tan Alaysa, Tan Angelina, Tan Samier, Tan Shari, Tan Sherny, Tejada, Tebes Arnulfo, Tebes Jose, Tolentino, T. Alan, Ungab, Uy Juliet, Veloso, Villar, Yap Victor, Samura Ronaldo, Subiri.
With 219 affirmative votes, no negative vote, no abstention, House Bills 7646, 7648, 7649, 7650, 7652, and 7654 are approved on third reading. With 221 affirmative votes, no negative vote, no abstention, House Bill 7653 is approved on third reading. With 211 affirmative votes, 7 negative votes, no abstention, House Bill 7651 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we direct the Secretary General to immediately transmit to Senate the bills approved on third and final reading. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none, so directed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we include additional co-authors to House Bill number 7679, 7701, 7669, 7685, 7686, 7687, 7688, 7689, 7690, 7692, 7693, 7694, 7695, 7696, 7697, 7702, and 7704, and House Resolution number 1221 as contained in the list to be submitted by the Committee on Rules. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. Motion approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Eileen Ermita Buhain from Batangas for her manifestation.
The distinguished Senior Vice Chair of the Committee on Appropriations, the former Chairperson of the Committee on Accounts, Honorable Eileen Ermita Buhain, from the 1st District of Batangas Province is recognized for her manifestation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, esteemed colleagues, I join my colleagues in Southern Tagalog in expressing our full support to the leadership of Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano. We are united in the belief that the Speaker has accomplished so much in leading the House of Representatives in achieving its institutional mandate of passing timely, relevant, and development-driven legislation that redound to the greatest benefit of our people. We are staunchly behind all the initiatives of Speaker Cayetano in leading Congress to responsive legislation, especially in these challenging times. We continue to affirm our collective and individual support as he rallies everyone to be united in serving our nation, as we must stand up to be counted in attaining our aspirations for our dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable society. We lift up our prayers in union with our people that we all emerge for this crisis stronger and more driven to help each other as one nation. So help us God. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note of the manifestation of the Honorable.
Noted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Deputy Speaker, D.V. Savillano, for his manifestation.
The distinguished Deputy Speaker from the Ilocos Sur Province, Representative Deogracios D.V. Savillano. Deogracios D.V. Savillano is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleagues. This is just a short manifestation. Mr. Speaker, the Northern Luzon Alliance is expressing our full support to the leadership of Speaker Alan Cayetano. We believe that he accomplished so much in the delivery of what is mandated to us at the House of Representatives for the development of our country, especially to the barangays. During this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, we all know that that Congress, to the leadership of the Speaker, delivered and approved the budget of all agencies to address the pandemic to the passage of Bayanihan 1 and 2. The Northern Luzon Alliance is behind and will support all his initiatives and endeavors to respond and deliver the programs of our President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Agyamanak Apo.
Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we take note of the manifestation.
Noted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we continue consideration of House Bill number 7425 under Committee Report number 426. May I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the said measure. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 7425 under Committee Report 426 for consideration on second reading.
House Bill 7425, an act imposing value-added tax on digital transactions in the Philippines, amending for the purpose Sections 105, 108, 109, 110, 113, 114, and 236, and adding a new section 105-A of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, to continue with the sponsorship, may I move that we recognize the Honorable Sharon Garin, the Chairwoman of the Economic Affairs.
The Chairperson of the Committee on Economic Affairs, the ever beautiful Honorable Sharon Green is recognized to sponsor the said measure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Franz Castro of the Party List Act Teachers for her interpellation.
The Honorable Franz Castro, representative of ACT Teacher Party List, is recognized to interpolate the good sponsor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, ang ating po bang kagalang-galang na sponsor ay pwedeng sumagot po sa ilang mga paglilinaw, katanungan ng representanteng ito.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Salamat po, Mr. Speaker, Madam Sponsor. Mr. Speaker, sa mga panukalang bagong buwis gaya nito, madalas na point of inquiry yung target revenues. Madalas sinasagot ito ng mga sponsors at DOF, BIR in terms of projection for the first year of tranche of implementation. So, pwede po bang malaman, Mr. Speaker, ano po ba yung target revenues ng panukalang batas na ito?
Mr. Speaker, based on the current data, the estimated po na revenue for the first year is 10 billion pesos, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, note lang namin na bukod sa dagdag na kita sa gobyerno, ang target revenues ay katumbas na rin ng dagdag na expense o bayarin ng mga taong direktang tatamaan ng tax o yung taxpayer. Kung sa kaso ng pinapanukalang digital tax ngayon, masasabi nating may dagdag na 10 million na bayarin ang mga individual o business taxpayer na direktang tatamaan nito. Bagamat sinasabi po dito sa panukalang batas na ito, Mr. Speaker, na ang tatamaan dito ay yung mga seller. Dahil alam naman natin na yung, Mr. Speaker, ang VAT ay indirect tax. So, ibig sabihin, pwede itong ipasa doon sa ating mga buyer. Tama po ba, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, ang VAT is consumption tax. Pero let's not forget na kung ang nagbebenta, if the seller is in the Philippines and the buyer is in the Philippines, ang VAT po ini-impose. Now, ang nangyayari ngayon, kung ang seller ng digital product outside the Philippines and the buyer is in the Philippines, hindi po nagbabayad ng VAT. So, it is unfair to the sellers that are Filipinos na sila po napipilitang magbayad habang yung mga dayuhan po kumikita lang po sa atin and they don't pay taxes. So that is why we have proposed the amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Ang next na tanong po ay, may aral po ba ang mga sponsors o ang mga sponsors kung ilang informal barangay, micro, small, and medium business at magiging liable for VAT? Kabilang ba sila sa mga liable for digitax bilang mga sellers of goods or properties, seller of services, users or lessors of properties, Mr. Speaker?
Mr. Speaker, this is a digital tax on digital transactions. It does not cover yung mga physical goods na binibenta. So, mga subscription, any mga digital games, for example, or movies, no? And it only includes those that are transnational from outside the Philippines to the Philippines yung benta. So, kung yung nagbebenta po, yung ibig nyo sabihin, kung yung nagbebenta ng mga micro dito sa Pilipinas, are they affected with this law? No, they are not. But don't forget po na they are already subject to the NIRC. So meron na pong batas na existing dyan. This proposal po does not touch on their status po bilang micro or even small, medium, or large enterprise that are Filipinos. It's not covered under this amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, salamat po. Ang hindi sinasagot, Mr. Speaker, ay yung kung magkano ang dagdag na expense o bayarin ng mga taong hindi direktang tatamaan ng tax. Gaano kabigat ang buhay kapag may digivat na. So, Mr. Speaker, on the indirect tax ang VAT, so di dapat matapos sa usapin natin sa target revenues lang. Oo, tama po, may dagdag na kita ang gobyerno kung magta-translate ito sa serbisyo. That's an entirely different matter and frankly, just a promise of speculation. Ang VAT ay consumption tax, kaya dapat mas masusi nating sinusuri ang panig ng mga consumers. Lalong-lalo na po, sila po yung talagang tatamaan nitong bagong panukalang buwis para sa kanila. So, Mr. Speaker, meron po bang pag-aaral ano ang epekto sa ating mga consumers in terms of inflation ang panukalang batas na ito, Mr. Speaker, for the first 5 years, up to 5 years, for the first year or 5 years po siguro?
Mr. Speaker, I will request, I just gathered data from the DOF and the NEDA. But, Mr. Speaker, ito pong batas na to po, hindi uulitin ko lang po, hindi po ito ang target na yung mga maliliit na nagbebenta dito sa Pilipinas through internet. That's not the target po. Ang tinatarget natin na magbayad po, yung itong mga malalaking company, halimbawa Amazon o Netflix o kung ano mga kumpanya na nagbebenta ng digital products. Hindi po yung nagbebenta ng pagkain dito po sa Facebook, sa internet natin or sa Lazada or kung ano man, because those are already subject to VAT po. And how they apply the VAT, that depends on the seller and the buyer kung sino yung nagbabayad dyan. And that is already existing. Ito po is a separate type of VAT na ini-impose po kung nagbenta ka ng music and the seller is from abroad and the buyer is in the Philippines. Ang epekto nito po, the major buyers of these products are those that are earning 250,000 pesos and above po. So, medyo ibang bracket po to yung consumer niya. So, but normally po, the seller would absorb and they are actually responsible for withholding such taxes kung meron po silang responsibility. But we will provide po the good Congresswoman with data if there is any effect on inflation. But we do believe that this is very minimal or none at all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. So, ang tanong po natin, Mr. Speaker, yung epekto po nito sa inflation. Pero magbibigay na lang po ako ng isang example. So kung halimbawa po yung isang platform, palagay na natin po Lazada, na kung saan marami po ditong sellers, kung hindi po ba aabot sa 200, sinasabi sa panukalang batas, 3 million pataas ang kita nila. So ibig sabihin po ba exempted na ito sa VAT?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. They are exempted from VAT kung yung, tulad po dito, the existing law. If you don't reach 3 million pesos in sales annually, you're not, hindi kayo kailangan mag-register for VAT. No? The same po ang mag-a-apply po on this law. But I just wanted to emphasize again na kung yung Lazada na seller mo, nagbebenta po ng damit, this is not under this law po. Kung nagbebenta po ito ng ko alam, mask or kung ano yung binibili ng mga tao na physical goods. This is not anticipated in this law, in this bill po. We are just focusing on subscriptions, digital products po ang focus nito.
Maari po ba ditong pumasok yung mga small and medium enterprise plus magiging hindi kaya natin makikitang disincentive ito para sa mga papalaking MSMEs at barangay enterprises o mahihirapan silang magpalaki kapag nagkaroon na po ng DigiVAT?
Mr. Speaker, again, we are focusing on foreign companies. Sila po ang magbabayad po. Yung mga foreigners na nagbebenta sa mga Pilipino. This is not for Filipinos, Filipino companies, whether MSMEs man or big companies. This hindi po mag-a-apply itong digital tax na to. Kasi the normal provisions, the usual provisions under the NIRC, which are already existing, will apply. Hindi po ito mag-a-apply po sa mga Philippine companies that are trying to grow.
Salamat po, Mr. Speaker, Madam Sponsor. Nagpahayag po ang mga Pinoy retailers ng pagkadismaya nung pinasa natin ang amendment sa Retail Trade Liberalization o yung Philippine Retailers Association. Sabi nila sa mga ganitong klaseng batas, parang gusto ng gobyerno na small enterprise o medium lang kami habang buhay. Ngayon magdadagdag na naman tayo ng panibagong ikadidismaya nila. So, ang next question ko po, Mr. Speaker, may aral po ba tayo showing that more transactions will be exempted than covered? Kung meron po, Mr. Speaker, pwede po bang maipresenta yung resulta ng mga pag-aaral na ito?
If there are more, we expect that we will subject about, meron pong about 100 billion of sales on digital transactions na hindi po nasa subject on VAT, which are transnational transactions po. Again, we are not talking about Filipino to Filipino sale. We are talking about foreigner to Filipino sale po. Etong mga foreigners po na selling about 100 billion na sales to the Philippines are not paying taxes at all. This is unfair to the Filipino sellers actually. So we are protecting Filipino sellers because of this. So sa tanong niyo po, we will be covering about 100 billion sales po. Yun yung affected dyan.
Thank you po, Mr. Speaker. Pero magbibigay muli po ako ng example, no? So, sa konkreto po, halos lahat ngayon ng formal economy ay may digital aspect. Halimbawa po yung advertisement pa lang, which is DigiVAT covers. Through second paragraph, section 108A at section 108A7, makakakuha na ang gobyerno ng dagdag na singil na VAT dito dahil doon sa mga advertisement. Kasama po ba ito?
Basta po transnational po. Ibig sabihin na foreigner ang seller, Filipino yung buyer.
Okay, meron pong dinagdag dito no, mga exemptions of sales of drugs. Pero Mr. Speaker, tingin ko po sobrang limitado 'yon. Halimbawa po yung gamot para sa diabetes, high cholesterol and hypertension beginning January 1, 2020, yung mga cancer, mental illness, tuberculosis and kidney diseases beginning January 1, 2023. Provided that DOH shall issue a list of approved drugs and medicines for this purpose within 60 days from the effectivity of this act. Nandyan po yan sa section 109 AA NIRC Tax Code. So, tingin po ba, Mr. Speaker, ng ating butihing sponsor ay tama po ba yung observation ko na masyadong limitado yung mga sinasabi nating drugs na exempted dito sa tinatawag nating DigiTax?
Mr. Speaker, that is not in the bill, Mr. Speaker. What we have exempted from VAT are the publications. Kasi po, may mga digital publications na, yung mga books. But the good representative's observation, I think it's in Train 1 or in St. Taxes, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Speaker, but not in this bill, Mr. Speaker.
So, ang ibig po sabihin, Mr. Speaker, so wala pong exemption halimbawa doon sa mga gamot na
sa bill po wala po yan sa current proposal po. We have not touched on that because we are only focusing on digital products, and physical products are not anticipated here in this bill, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. Okay, meron din pa po akong nakikita, Mr. Speaker, na pwede pang maging implikasyon ng batas na ito. So, meron po bang posibilidad na mas mahirap ang kumuha ngayon ng magiging mahirap ang accessibility ng mga serbisyong kalusugan, medical and dental, hospital services rendered by professionals. Sa panahon ng COVID, ang ibig sabihin nito ay maraming namamatay o lulubha ang sakit. Kasi nakalagay po, Mr. Speaker, dun sa Section 109G, NIRC. Kasama po ba ito?
No, Mr. Speaker. Unless you refer to it as a digital product, but wala pa naman yata ang digital product on medicines or medical services for now, Mr. Speaker. But only if it's digital, ibig sabihin na hindi siya physical product, then it will apply. But I don't think we have yet the technology, Mr. Speaker.
Exempted din ba yung mga gamot sa COVID? Lahat ng mga comorbidities nito, lahat ng respiratory illness, at saka yung vitamin C na ginagamit po as supplements ng karamihan ng mga tao. Kasama po ba ito, Mr. Speaker?
Again, Mr. Speaker, this is not a digital product, so it's not covered by the current proposal, Mr. Speaker.
Bakit po hindi? Alimbawa po kung ito po ay ibibenta through digital at maramihan po ang pagbili nito, na hihigit siya dun sa 3 million.
Mr. Speaker, again, Mr. Speaker, ang coverage po ng current proposal or the bill on hand is the digital products. What we are, if you sell medicines, halimbawa, binibili mo sa internet, that's a digital transaction through digital platform, ano? Pero yung produkto po, hindi a digital product. Ang digital product po, yun po yung mga hindi po physically you can hold on to. Like yung video games, movies na digital na yung format niya, or subscription, hindi po physical products. So that is the coverage of the bill. It is just digital products po. So when we talk about buying medicines through internet, hindi po yan digital product po. So that's not covered under the bill. It is only the similarity lang po, just to clarify. It is sold through the internet digitally, but it's not a digital product. Kaya hindi po yan anticipated under the bill.
Okay, salamat po sa paglilinaw. So, ang mga susunod na tanong po, Mr. Speaker, yung implikasyon naman po nito doon sa education and all stakeholders ng education sector. So the VAT will now cover all sales and leases of goods and services which are digital in nature and rendered electronically. Halimbawa po, Mr. Speaker, data or line subscription, PC rental sa internet shops, services like training conducted online. So, tama po ba ako na maapektuhan ito? Halimbawa po, yung blended learning na kinoconduct online classes na gumagamit po ng mga digital platform. Kasama po ba ito sa i-cover nitong VAT, DigiVAT?
Mr. Speaker, if it is bought from a foreign company, then yes, it could be covered. Pero meron din po tayong exemption on books po kung online din siya. Pero I assume that what we good Congresswoman is referring to yung mga like mga eskwelahan natin dito or mga training centers natin dito magbebenta ng classes online. Those are not covered by the bill po. Pero sa educational, meron naman talaga exemption po yung GED, TESDA, and DepEd on the usual on NIRC. Ano. So that is covered under the NIRC actually already, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so sinasabi po ba, Mr. Speaker, ng ating butihing sponsor na halimbawa po dito ngayon sa new normal, di ba, gagamit tayo ng blended learning. At alam naman natin, gumagamit po tayo ng iba't ibang platform ng online teaching. Halimbawa po, yung ginagamit na lang natin, yung Zoom. Yung parating ginagamit ng Department of Education, ng mga teachers, yung Google Meet, yung iba pa pong yung mga WebEx, etc. Kasama po ba yan sa mako-cover nitong VAT?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, if it's not under CHED, TESDA, or DepEd, kasama po. Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so ang ibig ko sabihin, so itong VAT na to covers all levels of education. So lahat ng bata at kabataang enrolled, lahat ng mga magulang nila, sama rin lahat ng mga teachers na kailangan ang data at internet ngayon sa trainings, meetings at paggawa ng mga modules at sa pag-contact sa mga estudyante at magulang. So is there any exemption from VAT that will exempt teachers, for example, who buy load, subscribe to internet or data services? And is any exemption for children or their parents who have to do these things? Are online trainings exempt? Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, does the good Congresswoman refer to yung halimbawa yung local natin mag-provide po ng training dito? Yun ba yung ibig sabihin, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
No, Mr. Speaker, this is not covered by that law. We are only covering transnational po. So kung yung nag-provide po ng servisyo galing abroad, doon po papatak po yung VAT. But if it's about a school here in Metro Manila or students here in Metro Manila and their students in Metro Manila, then this will not apply. Iba po yung batas dyan. What we are referring to is, I think maybe the most would be your subscription to Zoom or WebEx kung meron po. Pero that would be the school actually. And they will, if they pay VAT on that, then pwede nila yung gamitin for their input VAT po. So, at the level of the end consumer, this will have very minimal impact po. Kasi actually, a majority of the any online school classes will not be subjected to this proposal. This will be maybe under NIRC, but not on this bill.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, doon po sa mga educational services rendered by private school educational institutions duly accredited by the DepEd, the CHED, the TESDA, and those rendered by the government educational institutions ay exempted po ba dito sa VAT?
On this proposal, Mr. Speaker, that is actually not covered. But yes, if ever in any case that they purchase a digital product from abroad, then they are still exempted under the tax code. They will be subjected po sa tax code, current tax code po yan.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, marami pong salamat sa ating butihing sponsor sa mga paglilinaw na may kaugnayan dito sa pinopropose nating House Bill 7425. So sana lang po wag muling magdulot ng panibagong gastos sa ating mga mamamayan. Ang panukalang batas na ito, lalong-lalo na po sa edukasyon, sa medisina na kailangan ng ating mga mamamayan sa ngayon. At iba pa po mga basic goods. Marami pong salamat.
Maraming pong salamat. Majority
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend consideration of House Bill number 7425. So moved.
Any objection? The chair is none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for omnibus adoption for House Resolution number first 1181, second 1182, third 1229, fourth 1230 in consolidation with House Resolution number 1124, 1127, 1129, 1138, 1180. Fifth, House Resolution number 1231, 6, House Resolution 1232, 7, House Resolution 1233, Mr. Speaker, 6, House Resolution 1232 in consolidation with House Resolution 1130, 1136, 1172. 7, House Resolution 1233 in consolidation with House Resolution number 1029, 1033, 1106. 8, House Resolution 1234. 9, House Resolution 1235 in consolidation with House Resolution 982, 985, 995. 10, House Resolution 1236 in consolidation with House Resolution 1020. 11, House Resolution 1237 in consolidation with House Resolution 1013, 1014, 1022. 12, House Resolution 1238 in consolidation with House Resolution 1016, 1021. All are resolution expressing the profound condolences of the House of Representatives to the respective families stated therein. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Those who are in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Resolution 1181, 1182, 1229, 1230 in consolidation with House Resolutions 1124, 1127, 1129, 1138, 1180, 1231, 1232 in consolidation with House Resolutions 1130, 1136, 1172, House Resolution 1233 in consolidation with House Resolutions 1029, 1033, 1106, House Resolutions 1234, House Resolution 1235 in consolidation with House Resolutions 982, 985, 995, House Resolutions 1236 in consolidation with House Resolution 1020, House Resolution 1237 in consolidation with House Resolutions 1013, 1014, 1022, House Resolution 1238 in consolidation with House Resolutions 1016, 1021. All are adopted. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the change of referral of the following measures. House Bill number 6145 from the Committees on Economic Affairs and Trade and Industry to the Committee on Economic Affairs. House Bill number 6240 from the Committees on Economic Affairs and Trade and Industry to the Committee on Economic Affairs. House Bill number 6268 from the Committees on Economic Affairs and Trade and Industry to the Committee on Economic Affairs. House Bill number 6551 from the Committees on Economic Affairs and Trade and Industry to the Committee on Economic Affairs. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. Motion approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adjourn session until Monday. Sorry, let me get the calendar. Monday, September 28 at 10 o'clock in the morning. May I repeat? 10 o'clock in the morning, Mr. Speaker. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Any objection? The chair is none. Session is adjourned until 10 o'clock in the morning, September 28, 2020.
Kasama si Boss Rani. Boss Rani. Tayo ka na lang dyan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Nagkaroon tuloy na ebidensyang lilima tayo. Thank you.